Barchaga assalomu alaykum. Yaxshimisizlar, birodarlar, tuzimsizlar. Kechagi videoda davomi, ya'ni o'zi umumiy ushbu PDF shaklidagi kitob shaklidagi ma'lumotlar 10 ta iborat ekan. Mock testi shuni 6-set kelgan edik. Bilasizlar, bu kitob multilevelga tayyorlanayotganlar uchun juda ham yaxshi namunaviy kitob deb o'ylayapman. Bilmayman qolganlar qanaqa shu deb yaxshi o'yladi. Nurulloh ushbu insonni ma'lumotlari. Xo'p, vaqt cho'zmaymiz, demak boshlaymiz. Multilevel record mock test 6. Part 1.1. Time 30 seconds each. No preparation. First question, what's your favorite book? My book, To Kill a Mockingbird, is my favorite. The story is very strong and makes you think about important problems like racism and unfairness. It taught me how to care about other people and why it's important to stand up for what's right. It's a classic because the story is interesting and the characters are well developed. When I read it for the first time in high school, it stuck with me. The book's ideas are still useful today, and I often tell other people to read it. Second, do you play any instruments? There I am. I play the guitar. I would really like learning since I began a few years ago. Making music is a fun way for me to unwind and express myself. Another thing I like to do is play in a social band with my friends. It's fun and helps me get better. Regular practice has made me become more disciplined and patient. Music is a big part of my life now, and I love learning new songs and ways to play them. 3. What's your dream job? I want to write about travel for a living. I love going to new places and telling other people about them. It would be great to make a living doing what I love, which is traveling, is writing. It would be very satisfying to be able to encourage other people to travel and see the world. I want to travel to faraway places, learn about other cultures, and use my writing to capture the spirit of each place I visit. I would be able to learn new things and grow at this job while doing something I enjoy. Part 1.2. Time 30 seconds each. No preparation. Questions. Describe what you see in the pictures. Next, what is the difference between remote working and working at workplace? Next, why do many people today want remote working? First, these images show me two different places to work. In the first picture, someone is using their laptop to join a live conference. They are probably working from home. The second one shows a meeting in real life with a bulletin board in the background and several people seated around a table. Next, from what I have seen and done, working from home and working at a job are not the same in a number of important ways. Working from home gives you more freedom over where you work and when you work. It cuts down on travel time and can make the workplace more personal. Working at workplace, on the other hand, lets you talk to your coworkers more face to face, which can help you work together and get a feel for the company culture. It also makes the line between work and home life clearer. Third, I believe a lot of people today want to work from home for different reasons. I like how flexible it is for me because I can set up my workspace in a way that works best for me and save time by not having to commute. For others, it might be about getting a better work life balance, living where they want to live, or making it easier to take care of their families. Working from home can also save you money on costs like gas and lunch out. I know it's not for everyone, though, because some people lack the structure and interaction of a standard workplace. Part 2. Time 2 minutes for answer, 1 minute preparation. First question. Discuss a health related goal you have set for yourself. Second, how have you worked towards achieving the goal? Third, what are the biggest challenges people face in maintaining a healthy lifestyle? Answer. Running a marathon is a health goal I set for myself. I have always admired how disciplined and tough long distance runners are. So I set myself a task. To reach this goal, I started with smaller steps like running 5K and 10K rounds and each week. I gradually increased the distance I ran. To keep myself from getting hurt, I made a workout plan that included strength training and stretching as well as running. I also worked hard to eat a healthy, well balanced diet that was full of nutrients to feed my body right and boost my performance. When I joined a running club in my area, I got support, inspiration, and helpful advice from more experienced runners. Reaching this goal has made me much more physically fit, giving me a huge sense of pride in my work and giving me faith in my skills. There are many reasons why it can be hard to live a good life. One big problem is keeping track of time. Taking care of work, family, and personal matters can leave you with little time to cook meals and exercise. Another problem is that there is a lot of bad food available, which can be tempting and handy, making it hard to eat well. It can also be hard to stay motivated, especially when you cannot see the effects right away. Environmental and social pressures, like living in an area with few leisure facilities, can also make it hard to stick to healthy habits. To get through these problems, you should make goals that are attainable, get help from friends or groups, and find fun things to do that fit with your schedule. Even with these problems, you can live a healthier life if you stay determined and make small changes over time. Part 3. Time 2 minutes for answer, 1 minute preparation. Genetically modified foods are safe for human consumption. Pros. Genetically modified foods are safe for human consumption. Increases crop yield and nutritional content. Addresses global food security and hunger issues. Facilitates agriculture, sustainability, and pest resistance. Cons. Genetically modified foods are safe for human consumption. Environmental impact and biodiversity concern. Potential allergenic reaction and long-term health effects. Consumer distrust and labeling transparency issues. Genetically modified GM foods have caused a lot of discussion about whether they are safe and how they might affect health and the environment. Support says that GM foods are tested and approved by regulators very carefully to make sure they are safe before they hit the market. These plants have been genetically modified to be resistant to pests, diseases, and weather stresses. This could make farming more productive and improve the nutritional value of crops to help solve the world's food security problems. Some people are worried about how GM foods will affect our health and the environment in the long run. They question whether the current regulatory systems are good enough to check for allergens and unintended genetic changes in GM crops. Consumer advocacy groups also stress how important it is for GM goods to have clear labels so that people can make smart choices and reduce any risk that might come with eating them. In conclusion, GM foods could help with global food security and the long term viability of agriculture. However, they need to be constantly studied by scientists and closely watched by regulators to make sure they are safe for people to eat and good for the environment. By balancing new ideas with safety measures, we can build trust in GM technologies and help people make smart decisions about how to use them to solve future food problems in a way that is sustainable. Xo'p, biroz tez o'qidim yoki ozroq bo'lgani uchun adashsam 12 minut vaqt ketdi. O'z atrofida 15 minut bo'lardi. To'g'ri, o'rtada 1 minutdan vaqt beradi o'ylash uchun. Shuning uchun umumiy hisobda 15 minut. Multi-level record mock test 7. Part 1.1. Time 30 seconds each. No preparation. What's your favorite holiday? New Year is my favorite holiday. I love how happy everyone with the holiday lights and spending time with family. I really like that it's a time of happiness and giving. It's a very special time of year because of the traditions like putting up the tree and giving each other gifts. One more thing that makes the holiday mood stronger is that every year my family bakes cookies together. Our house is filled with New Year's films and music, making it a warm and happy place that I look forward to every year. Second question. Do you like to work out? Yes, I do try to work out often to stay fit. I like to do yoga and jog in the morning. It gives me energy and helps me stay focused all day. I also sometimes go to exercise classes with friends, which makes working out more fun and social. Being busy is important to me because it makes my mind and body feel better. I also like to set exercise goals and keep track of my progress. This helps me stay motivated and on track with my routine. Third question. What language do you speak? English and Spanish are two languages I speak very well. I now speak Spanish better than I did when I learned it in school. It's a useful skill that lets me talk to more people, especially when I am traveling. I also think that learning a language is fun and interesting. I just started for learning French, which is my third language. It has been fun and challenging. Being able to speak more than one language gives me a lot of options and lets me connect with people from other countries. Part 1.2. Time 30 seconds each, no preparation. Rush hour. Questions. What can you see in the pictures? Next, do you prefer public or private transport for commuting? Next, how can traffic jams be solved? Answer. Here are two famous scenes from rush hour that I see. The first picture shows a busy public transport, most likely a tube or train, with lots of people squashed together. The second shot shows a city street, with a lot of traffic. Rows of cars and taxis looks like they are stuck. I like taking public transport to get to work. I like going there more than driving in traffic, even though it can get busy during rush hour. I can read, listen to podcasts, or check my emails during this time. It's also better for the earth and often faster in cities with lots of people. I can see why private transport would be appealing, though it has more convenience and gives you more room. Getting rid of traffic jams is hard, but I think there are a few things that could be done. The number of cars on the road might go down if public transport methods were made more useful and appealing. Having flexible work hours or choice to work from home could help ease traffic during rush hour. Other people solutions include buying smart traffic management tools and encouraging people to share rides. Long-term planning cities in a way that cuts down on long trips could also make a big difference. Part 2. Time 2 minutes. 1 minute preparation. Describe an environmental issue that concerns you. What steps have you taken to address this issue in your own life? What do you think are the most effective ways to protect the environment? Answer. Plastic waste is a big natural problem that worries me a lot. It's scary how much plastic trash there is in our seas and landfills, and it's terrible for plants and animals. I have taken a number of steps to deal with these problems in my own life. Carrying reusable bags, bottles, and tools has helped me use a lot less single use plastic. I also make an effort to buy things that come in little or reusable packaging. It's part of my routine to compost food trash and recycle properly. In addition, I help clean up parks and beaches by taking part in neighborhood cleanup events. Another thing I do is teach others about the effects of plastic waste and encourage them to make choices that are better for the environment. To protect the earth well, people need to do things on their own, work together, and follow government rules. Making choices about your lifestyles that are good for the environment, like reducing waste, saving energy, and buying eco friendly items, can make a big difference. Community projects like recycling programs and campaigns to teach people about the climate encourage people to work together and make more people aware of the problem. On a bigger level, it's very important for the government to have rules about pollution, protect natural areas, and promote clean energy sources. To solve world environmental problems, it is also necessary for countries to work together. We can make the world a healthier and more sustainable place for the future generation if we all work together. Part 3. Time 2 minutes. 1 minute preparation. Government surveillance is necessary for national security. Pros: prevent terrorism, espionage, and organized crime, enhances early detection and response to security threats, provides valuable intelligence for law enforcement agencies. Cons: infringes on privacy rights and civil liberties, potential for abuse of surveillance powers and data breaches, erosion of public trust in government and institutions. Answer: surveillance by the government is a controversial topic that is often discussed in terms of how important it is for national security. People who support surveillance say that it is the only way to find and stop dangers like terrorism, cyber attacks, and organized crime. Authorities can keep an eye on fishy action, gather information, and act quickly on possible threats with the help of surveillance technologies, which protects public safety and keeps society running smoothly. In support of this point of view, good monitoring can help the police do their jobs better and give early warning about impending threats. Surveillance programs have been very helpful in stopping terrorist plots, breaking up criminal networks, and keeping important assets safe from cyber threats. Surveillance is a proactive way to reduce risks and make sure national resilience in a world that is becoming more linked and where asymmetric threats pose big problems. But critics worry about the balance between security and civil rights, and I don't know how to pronounce civil rights, pointing out that surveillance powers could be abused and privacy could be invaded. There are more moral and legal concerns about people's rights and freedoms when mass spying programs collect date and listen in a people conversation without their permission. Also, the public is still debating and looking closely at how effective surveillance is at stopping threats versus how it might violate civil rights. As a conclusion, government monitoring is an important part of maintaining national security, but it must be done in a clear, moral, and effective way to protect people's rights. To find a good balance between security needs and privacy rights, we need to carefully think about how to regulate things and hold people accountable. Governments can protect national security and protect basic rights and freedoms at the same time by adhering to democratic principles and making sure that monitoring tools are used in proportional way. Hop, 8-chi testga yetib keldik sizlar bilan. Multi-level record mock test 8. Part 1.1. Time 30 seconds each. No preparation. First question. Where is your favorite spot in town? The park is my favorite spot in my city. It's a lovely, quiet place where I can unwind and enjoy nature. I go there a lot to read, take walks, and have a picnic with friends. There are also many events and activities in the park, which makes it a lively part of the neighborhood. We can feed the ducks in the pretty pond and play on the playground. The park is a great place to get away from the noise and chaos of the city because it's quiet and peaceful. Do you like to shop? A lot of the time I like shopping for clothes and books. It's fun to look around and discover new things for myself. I also like going to local markets to find interesting things and fresh food. People can also hang out while shopping. I like to go shopping with friends and make a day of it. We look around in different shops, try on clothes, and sometimes eat lunch together. We can hang out with friends and find new things to do or secret games. Third question. What do you do first thing in the morning? A cup of coffee is usually the first thing I do in the morning. Then I do yoga or light stretching to get my body ready for the day. I eat breakfast and get ready for the day after that. I also use this time to make plans for the day and write down things I want to achieve. This process keeps me on track and helps me feel good when I wake up. Having the same routine every morning helps me stay on track with my tasks and handle my time well in the afternoon. Part 1 2. Time 30 seconds each. No preparation. Watching movies. Questions. What can you see in the pictures? What do you some prefer to watch at home while others in cinema? Next, what sort of movies do you often watch? Answer. These pictures show me two different ways to watch a movie. The first picture is of a crowded movie theater with a big screen where many people are watching a movie together. The second picture shows a family or group of friends watching a movie on a big TV at home. They look comfortable and at ease. I believe that the choice of whether to watch a movie at home or in a theater usually depends on the person and the movie. When you watch at home, you can be comfortable, save time and money. You are free to eat, wear, and stop the movie whenever you want. The theater, on the other hand, is more immersive because of its big screen and surround music. It's also a chance to meet new people and feel more important. Some people like going to the movies to see a big hits or stunning visuals, while others would rather watch plays or comedies at home. I like a lot of different kinds of films. I like dramas and films that make me think and show me a new way to look at life or a social problem. It's also nice to watch a comedy after a long day. Science fiction and fantasy films are great ways to escape reality, and I enjoy thrillers because they keep me on the edge of my seat. In the end, I think what draws me in is good storytelling, no matter what type it is. Part 2. Time 2 minutes. 1 minute preparation. Talk about a hobby you enjoy. How has this hobby impacted your life? What do you think are the benefits of having hobbies? Answer. Okay, so painting is where I feel most at peace. It's crazy how it lets me calm down and be artistic at the same time. Sometimes on the weekends you can find me setting up my easel somewhere sunny, ready to paint something awesome. on a new piece of paper. It's really cool to mix colors and watch a picture come to life. Brushstroke by brushstroke, taking my time while painting has also made me a lot more patient. But it's no longer just me and my brushes. It has been great since I joined this neighborhood art group. Sometimes we say things like, hey, try the shade of blue here. This helps everyone get better. But it's more than that. It's like a small family of art fans. We hang out, get ideas from each other, and make art together. That's the thing about hobbies, right? They are like a way out of the everyday, a chance of to unwind and recover. Doing things you enjoy will always makes you feel good, like a big mood boost that makes you feel good about everything. It's true that hobbies are fun, but they are also great ways to learn new things. Not sure if it's a new art trick or something else. They keep your mind active and give you new options. Plus, hobbies can help you meet people who share your interest. It's easy to find people who like the same things you do. There are online groups and clubs in your area. You can become friends with these people and you will feel like you are part of something bigger. In a world where it is easy to feel alone, hobbies are a great way to bring people together. I really mean it when I say that hobbies make life better. They are fun, make you feel good, and give you a break from the normal things you have to do. You can be yourself, learn new things, and meet cool people. For the most part, hobbies are like sparks that make life more fun and satisfying. Part 3. Time 2 minutes. 1 minute preparation. Universal healthcare should be adopted globally. Pros: ensures access to essential medical service for all citizens, improves public health outcomes and life expectancy, reduces healthcare disparities and social inequalities. Cons: high initial costs and financial sustainability challenges, potential for bureaucratic and inefficient and long wait times, opposition based on ideological beliefs and individual responsibility. Universal health care, which means making sure that everyone can get medical care no matter how much money they have, is an important issue on a world scale. I strongly believe that everyone should have access to health care as a basic human right and an important part of social justice. Universal health care systems make sure that everyone has equal access to medical care, lower healthcare disparities, and improve the health of the whole community. This point of view is supported by the fact that countries with universal healthcare systems have lower rates of disease that can be avoided, longer life expectancy, and lower costs for the people healthcare. By combining resources through public funds and insurance, universal healthcare lowers the financial barriers to healthcare services. This way, everyone can get the care they need without having to worry about going bankrupt. But some people question whether or not national healthcare systems are financially possible and long lasting, especially in places where the economic and healthcare systems are not all the same. They make people worry about how centralized healthcare systems might affect the standard of care, the cost of care, and burden on taxpayers. Also, different ideas about the government's role in healthcare and the way markets work affect policy debates about healthcare change around the world. In conclusion, implementing universal healthcare isn't easy, but the benefits in terms of health equality, social cohesion, and economic productivity are greater than the costs. To get widespread healthcare coverage in a way that is sustainable, people around the world should work together on new ways to pay for it. Changes to how healthcare is delivered and new ways to find it. Countries can move towards fair and inclusive healthcare systems for everyone by putting health as a human right first and investing in healthcare facilities. 독거 test multi-level record mock test 9 part 1.1 time 30 seconds each, no preparation. First question, what is your favorite TV show? The TV show I love most is Friends. I love how funny it is and how the characters interact with each other. It always makes me laugh. I can watch this show over and over again, never get tired of it. It's great for winding down after a long day because the shows are short and fun. Each character is different, and the way they connect with each other is both funny and sweet. There are also a lot of lines and scenes from the show that have become famous. Second question, do you like gardening? Yes, I like to garden. This is fun and relaxing sport. I grow flowers and some veggies in a small garden I have. For me, seeing my plants grow and do well makes me very happy and I enjoy spending time in the yard a lot. Gardening also teaches me to be patient and care for the others. I enjoy playing around with different plants and learning how to take care of them. The yard is a peaceful place for me to be alone with nature. Third question, what's your favorite animal? Whales are my favorite animal. These animals are smart and friendly. I love seeing them swim and play in the water. Dolphins look so free and happy all the time, and I love how playful they are. A boat tour gave me the chance to see them up close, and it was a memorable experience. I'm amazed by how graceful and quick they are in the water, and I love how friendly they are and how close their families are. Part 1.2 Time 30 seconds each. No preparation. Questions. Compare these pictures. In which picture the person is facing more difficult choice? Next question. Do you like shopping? Answers. Looking at this shot side by side, I see two different shopping trips in the first picture. A woman is looking at a pair of high heels and a fancy shoe shop. In the second picture, a younger person is looking around in what looks like a used or vintage clothing shop. The racks are full of different kinds of clothes. I believe the person in the second picture has a harder choice to make. They have a lot of clothes choice around them, which can be confusing. The first shopper seems to be looking for certain kind of item, while the second buyer has to look through a lot of different clothing styles, size, and types. I like buying especially for clothes and books. I like how it can be fun to show who I am through fashion or find new writers. But I try to be careful not to do too much. Find something that really works for me or learn a lot is something I enjoy. On the other hand, I know that I need to be careful with my spending and not buying things I don't need. Part 2. Time 2 minutes. 1 minute preparation. Questions. Tell me about a close friendship you have. How has this friendship influenced your life? What qualities do you think are important in a good friend? Answer. I have a close friendship with Alex that has had a big effect on my life. We have been friends since high school and our friendship has grown stronger over time. Alex has always been a trustworthy and helpful friend who is always there for me when I need to talk or get advice. We enjoy a lot of the same things like hiking and reading, which lets us spend important time together. This friendship has taught me how important it is to be loyal and treat others with care. It has been very comfortable to have someone who gets me and accepts me for who I am. This friendship has made my life better in many ways. I have gotten mental support from it during hard times, which has helped me get through tough times with more strength. Alex's support and faith in my skills have given me more confidence and pushed me to reach my goals. Our shared trips and experience have made memories that I will always treasure. This bond has also taught me how important it is to understand how others feel and be there for them. Adding joy, laughter, and a feeling of safety to my life has made it better. In general, this friendship has had a hugely good effect on my personal growth and well being. I think that a good friend must have certain traits. Being able to trust someone is very important because it builds a strong and stable friendship. A good friend should be there for you, understand you, and help and support you when you need it. They should also be able to listen well and understand and value your thoughts and feelings. Being honest and important because it helps people talk to each other and make real relationships. Lastly, having a sense of humor and being able to share funny times can make the friendship more fun and satisfying. These traits help friends from a strong bonds that lasts, which leads to a meaningful and long-lasting friendship. Part 3. Time 2 minutes. 1 minute preparation. Topic 9. Automation will lead to widespread unemployment. Pros. Enhances productivity and reduces operational costs. Spurs innovation and creates new industries. Improves working conditions by eliminating hazardous tasks. Cons. Significant job displacement and unemployment. Structural unemployment requiring reskilling, initiative. Economic instability from mass layoff. Artificial intelligence and robotics are making automation possible, which is changing businesses and economies all over the world. There are more and more worries that widespread technology will cause a lot of people to lose their jobs and become unemployed. People who believe this say that regular and manual jobs can be done by machines instead, which will lead to a lot of layoff and unstable economies. They stress the importance of taking proactive steps to handle the change and lessen the negative effects on the workforce. Several studies agree with this point of view, and they say that a lot of jobs, especially in the industrial logistics and administrative fields, are likely to be automated. For example, machinists can do well at jobs that require doing the same things over and over again, which lowers the need for human labor. This trend could cause structural unemployment, which means that the workers may have a hard time finding new jobs without the right reskilling and upskilling programs. On the other hand, people who support automation say that new technologies also create jobs and help the economy grow. In particular, they talk about how technology can boost output, lower costs, encourage new ideas, and even create whole new fields of work. Automation can also make working conditions better by getting rid of boring and dangerous tasks. This frees up workers to do more difficult and creative tasks that require human creativity. In conclusion, automation makes it harder to find work, but it also opens up a chance for economic change and workforce growth. Policies that help workers adapt, like reskilling programs, lifelong learning and initiatives, and social safety nets, need to be put in place by governments, companies, and schools working together. Societies can benefit from technology while also making sure that economic growth is fair and lasting by building a strong and flexible workforce. Oxirgi mock test 10. Multi-level record mock test 10. Last one. Part 1.1. Time 30 seconds each. No preparation. First question. What's your favorite thing to do outside? Hiking is my favorite thing to do outside. I love getting outside and discovering nature at the same time. Plus, I get to enjoy beautiful scenery while I'm running. It's even more fun to go hiking with family or friends because we can share the experience and make memories together. I often bring my cameras to take pictures of wildlife and beautiful scenery. Every walk is a new adventure, and I love the sense of satisfaction I get when I reach the top or finish a difficult trails. Second question, do you like to paint or draw? I do love to paint and draw. It's a great way for me to show off my talent. A lot of the time I paint and draw pictures. One of my favorite things to do. It makes me happy and calms me down. I go to art classes in my area every once in a while to meet other artists and learn new skills. Drawing and painting help me understand the world in new ways and express feelings and thoughts that words alone cannot always do. Third question, what kind of books do you like to read? Other than science fiction and history fiction, I like reading a lot of different types of books. I love reading stories that take me to other places and times. Reading is a fun and useful way to free up your time. Reading groups and talking about books with friends are other fun ways for me to share my thoughts and learn new ones. I have recently started reading non-fiction books as well, which help me understand problems in the real world and learn more. I love to read any my bookcase is always getting bigger. I also love being alone with a good book. Part 1.2 Time 30 seconds each. No preparation. Shopping for food. Questions. Describe the pictures. Next. Where do you usually buy groceries? Next. What's the difference between shopping at supermarkets and markets? Answer. These pictures show the different ways to shop for food. This first picture shows a family shopping at a modern grocery store while pushing a cart full of food. A street market with fresh fruits being sold from a cart is shown in the second shot. Based on the person wearing the conical hat, the market is probably an Asian country. I get my food from a number of different stores. I like going to supermarkets because they are easy to get to and have a lot of different kinds of food and packaged things. But I love getting fresh food at neighborhood farmers markets, especially on the weekends. I enjoy buying fruits and veggies that are grown close to me because I think they are of higher quality. Third, the major differences I have seen between markets and supermarkets are the atmosphere and the kind of goods they are sold. Shopping at the supermarket is easy. They have a lot of goods and they are always open. It keeps the temperature stable and almost everything is inside. Markets, on the other hand, tend to be livelier and more social places. Most of the time, the food is better and more in season, and you can often talk to the farmers directly, but markets might only be open during certain hours and have fewer non-food things to choose from. For my own shopping needs, I like getting things from both. Part 2. Time 2 minutes. 1 minute preparation. Questions. Describe a cultural event or festival you have attended. How did this event help you understand that culture better? What's the importance of cultural events in promoting understanding and unity? Answer. I went to India for the Diwali festival, which made an impact on me that will last a long time. The Hindu holiday Diwali, which is also called the Festival of Lights, is a big deal because it marks the win of light over darkness and good over evil. Evil. Bright decorations are used to mark the holiday. Homes and streets are decorated with rangoli patterns and bright lights. As people gave and received sweets and gifts, the mood was happy and lively. It was both exciting and educational for me to take part in traditional practices like lighting oil lamps and setting of fireworks. It was clear that everyone was celebrating together, which made it a memorable event. I learned a lot more about Indian culture after going to the Diwali event. The rituals and traditions I saw helped me understand the belief and ideals, ideas, mm, ideals that are central to Hinduism. One example is starting an oil lamp, which is not only a beautiful sight but also a sign of the victory of knowledge and goodness. I learned how important family, community, and tradition are in India's society by spending time with the locals and making part in the celebration. This experience gave me a bigger picture and made me more accepting of differences in culture. Celebration of different cultures like Diwali help people understand each other and work together. They give people from different backgrounds a chance to get together and enjoy the things that all humans have in common. These events help people feel like they are part of community and break down walls between different groups. Cultural events also help keep customs alive and pass them on to new generation, which is important for keeping culture which is important for keeping cultural heritage alive. They also teach people about other cultures, traditions, and ways of life, which helps people understand and value those cultures in a world that is becoming more and more linked. These kinds of events are necessary to promote peace and understanding. Part 3. Time 2 minutes, 1 minute preparation. Topic 10. The death penalty should be abolished worldwide. Pros. Prevent wrongful executions. Capital punishment doesn't deter crime effectively. Ethical and moral consideration about the value of human life. Cons. Belief in the death penalty as a tool for justice provides a sense of closure to victims' families, reduces long-term incarceration costs. I don't know. Incur answer. The death sentence, which is form of capital punishment, is still a controversial topic around the world. I strongly think that the death penalty should not be used anywhere in the world for moral, legal, and humanitarian reasons. Because the death penalty is permanent, it brings up important moral questions about the value of human life and the chance of wrongfully convicting people. This point of view is supported by many studies that show the danger of putting harmless people to death because of problems in justice system such as bad lawyers, mistakes by judges, and bias. Because a death sentence is permanent and mistake cannot be fixed. This means that innocent lives will always be lost. Also, there is proof that the death penalty is not a better way to stop people from committing crimes than long-term prison sentence. Fans of the death penalty, on the other hand, say that it's important for justice and punishment, especially for the worst crimes. They think that the death penalty gives families of victims a sense of closure and justice and is a strong warning against very bad behavior. Some people also say that the death sentence can lower the cost of keeping dangerous criminals in jail for a long time. Finally, the moral and practical problems with these sentences make it even more important to get rid of it everywhere. The focus of justice system should be on fair trials, rehabilitation, and restorative justice methods that protect human rights and respect. By getting rid of these sentences, societies can move towards a moral, fair, and human justice system that focuses on rehabilitation and avoiding wrong convictions. Alhamdulillah. Mana o'quvchilar, do'st birodarlar, agar shu joygacha eshitgan bo'lsanglar, men o'qib tugatdim. Agar foydali bo'lgan bo'lsa, albatta albatta foydali bo'lsin. Albatta Alloh bizga xayrli qilsin. Assalomu alaykum.